We are tracking the tropics as we have a potential system that could develop off the coast, and that time frame is going to be Saturday night to Sunday night when we begin to see those impacts. We could see up to 2 inches of rainfall in some areas. Wind gusts could also get 35, maybe 40 miles an hour. So go ahead and prepare now. Have several ways to get alerts as the system possibly develops and it gets closer. But right now, the latest update from the National Hurricane Center shows a 70% chance of development over the next 48 hours. And this is the area that we're watching right off the coast of South Carolina. And we are going to continue to see this. This is where it's at right now, though, and this is our latest 2 o'clock update. We also are going to see right now winds are at 35 miles per hour, gusts are up to 45, and it's moving northeast at 6. And we're possibly going to continue to see this, several different options that it could take, but it looks like it could head towards South Carolina by Sunday morning. Again, this is going to stay on the weaker end, not expecting it to strengthen too much. It just doesn't have a whole lot of time, but it could bring us some rain and some gusty conditions. By Monday, it could continue to move inland toward eastern North Carolina. And for your tri-state forecast over the next couple of days, looking ahead at tonight, things are staying calm. We're not going to see too much in the way of impacts tonight, and really not even any rainfall. So any plans you may have this evening going to be just fine. But as we look ahead to the weekend, that's when we begin to see things developing and getting closer. This is early Saturday morning. We already have those winds rotating just off the coast, and it begins to push a little closer to the coast, the coastal areas of South Carolina, getting those first thunderstorms by Saturday evening. And then that system continues to push. It could bring some pretty heavy rain by early Sunday morning to parts of the Midlands, also some pretty gusty winds. But it's not going to last too long. By midday Sunday, most of the rain is gone. We'll still be dealing with some windy conditions through the afternoon on Sunday. But then by Sunday night, that whole system will push to the north, and it will be pretty much over with by late Sunday night. Here's a closer look at South Carolina. Going to see mostly dry conditions tonight, but then as we head into Saturday, we will see partly cloudy skies out there. And throughout the afternoon on Saturday, a few storms through the afternoon, but it's really overnight Saturday into Sunday where most of that rain will move into parts of the Midlands early Sunday morning. It looks like the northern Midlands could get some heavy rainfall. And looking ahead at Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, it begins to push north, and by Sunday night, again, it should be out of here. Wind gusts tonight staying calm, but we will begin to see some breezy conditions by tomorrow. And by tomorrow afternoon, we could get upwards of 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Then looking ahead at Sunday, early Sunday morning, that's when the highest wind gusts will be. And we could see upwards of 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts early Sunday morning. But then by late Sunday night, the highest winds push away, and we're looking pretty calm to wrap up the weekend. Rainfall forecast for totals, not overwhelming rainfall amounts, but it is worth watching, especially toward the coast. We could see a narrow band of some heavier rainfall that leads to a little bit of some higher totals, but right now looking like a general 1 to 2 inches on the higher end of those rainfall totals. Other parts of the Midlands outside of that heavier area could get closer to an inch or less of rainfall, but we still have some concerns as far as excessive rainfall, especially on Sunday. Tonight we're good, no chance or no worries of any rain or flooding, but Saturday that excessive rainfall risk begins to push a little farther inland, and then by Sunday it does cover part of the Midlands, but it is only a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. So any flooding we could see would be isolated, or maybe areas with just poor drainage or ponding of water and roadways, and this would be early Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, this threat should pass. Looking at rip currents along the coast, this is for today. We're already seeing a moderate risk for rip currents out there this afternoon. Now looking ahead toward the weekend and into Sunday, this could go up into a higher risk for rip currents, but today it's at a moderate risk. So if you have plans to be along the beach or along the coast this weekend, it's important to be aware that those rip currents could be a high risk with this system. So looking at the specific impacts for South Carolina, we could see a general wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Some areas could see closer to 40 early Sunday morning. Rainfall could be up to 2 inches, and that's the higher end of those rainfall totals. Now looking at the coastline, higher risk for rip currents on a Sunday. So if you are going to be on the beach, especially for the holiday weekend, remember, those rip currents are going to be a high risk, especially on Sunday, well, Saturday and Sunday, the whole weekend, really, to watch out for those rip currents. Wind gusts are going to be a little higher along the coast, 45 or more, if you're going to be on any South Carolina beaches this weekend. It's also important to have multiple ways to get those warnings, especially as we are getting now into hurricane season. This is not going to be a very strong system, but it is going to be the first that could bring us impacts this year. Cell phones, weather radios, local TV, all great ways to get those warnings, and it's best to have more than one way to get those warnings in case one of them does not work out. As always, you can check on our WLTX Plus app to get the latest updates through the weekend as this system evolves. And again, I'm meteorologist Brianna Mowry.